there was an event in Orlando, and it was D23 Destination. So I have been to, let me see. I don't know why my mouse isn't working. Yeah, so every other year in Anaheim is the big D23 Expo where Disney comes to Anaheim, across from Disneyland to the convention center, pulls out all the stops, and then they have a mini one in Orlando, and that was this past weekend while Chris was at Dragon Con. I hate this. All right, Badger, let's find out what happened at D23.
At Disney's Destination D23 event, stars and filmmakers from Pixar, Walt Disney Animation Studios, Walt Disney Pictures, and Disney Plus delivered a wave of exclusive reveals, setting the stage for what's next across the company's storytelling universe. The reveals began with a blast from the past, a brand new Ice Age adventure, officially titled Ice Age Boiling Point. The film will hit theaters on February 5th, 2027, sending Manny, Sid, Diego, and the rest of the gang into a lava-filled, dinosaur-inhabited corner of the lost world.
Yeah, let me guess. Climate change. Those dinosaurs weren't driving all those cars. Digging its own fossil fuels up. I don't know.
It's got it separated here. So Pixar would be the first one.
Okay, let's talk about Pixar. Go.
Dominated the spotlight with Toy Story news. To celebrate the franchise's 30th anniversary, the original Toy Story will return to theaters beginning September 12th. Fans got their first glimpse of Toy Story 5, set for release June 19th, 2026, which will introduce Conan O'Brien as Smarty Pants, a sharp-witted new toy and a story that explores what happens when Buzz, Woody, and Jessie face off against kids' growing obsession with technology. Pixar capped its presentation with a sneak peek at Hoppers, a comedy adventure about Mabel, a college student who gains the ability to hop into the body of a robotic beaver to save her cherished forest glade.
Okay, so the Jennifer Lee era is over. Pixar is coming back with Toy Story 5 and Hoppers next year. Are you excited about? What do you think about the idea that Pixar is returning to form?
After covering every single 69 segment that you did on the D-Files, the ousting of Jonathan Lasseter, the replacement of all the things for all the reasons. Yeah. This would be the hope that, oh my God, is there light on the other side of the tunnel? Heard about certain people coming out of retirement to teach animators because remember, everyone forgot how to make stuff. And I don't know. I haven't watched the last Toy Story, so
yeah,
to me, there's
no, you don't need to.
Right, that's what I was thinking. So I'm kind of afraid it might go that direction. But yeah, if they've, you talked about they canceled that one Iranian film for whatever the reasons, and they took a bunch of messaging out of Elio. So it's like maybe they'll just give us maybe, right?
Maybe.
I
mean, look, Toy Story 3 was a great ending to a trilogy. Toy Story 4 was just, I don't know who thought it was a good idea. I know that Rashida Jones was behind it, and then she got canned from it. Look, the story, the idea that, what is it? Basically, it's, the toys are being replaced by technology. Mm-hmm. That kids are more interested in their tablets and their phones than they are about action figures and dolls and stuff. That's a good Toy Story idea. The idea of it harkens back to the first three movies. That these classic toys are their mere existence is being threatened by new toys, and Woody was being threatened by this space toy. I mean, that's the thing, right? That these stories have always played around with, especially from a toys perspective. So the idea works. The question I have, and I think deservedly have, is, I just don't trust Pixar to be able to tell the story right.
Trust has been lost across the board, I think.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's back. Tom Hanks is back as Woody. Tim Allen is back as Buzz, and Joan Cusack is back as Jessie. The pieces are there. I just don't, those first three movies were driven by John Lasseter, and he's not there.
Yeah. So Without him, at least having the people come back, like say what you want about Lightyear, I think that failed because you didn't have Tim Allen. Yes, people would have talked about the gay stuff, but like it would not have nearly the apathy and or anger if Tim had been there. People saw that as a politically driven decision.
Right. Yeah, I mean, remove the 30 seconds of gay stuff from Lightyear, and it was an average film. And I think it had a lot to do with the story itself. My understanding is the original story. There was a love interest for Buzz, and they switched the love interest to what it ultimately became. And I think the idea that I think the original idea of Lightyear was that Buzz had to work with his granddaughter to save the day, and it was the grandfather she never knew that put them in the situation, and working through that. That's an interesting story idea. They just weren't smart enough to pull that one off. Here, there's a smart idea. I just don't trust they'll be able to pull it off. Then you have this Hopper movie, a comedy adventure about Mabel, a college student who gains the ability to hop into the body of a robotic beaver to save her cherished Forest Glade. So there's an environmental message there. And there's also a conceit or an idea that is just not that interesting. Or am I wrong? The idea of a college student jumping into the body of a robotic beaver?
No, because that seems like it could be a couple of different things. That's a little transhumanism, something. It's climate change, because that's going to be the issue with the forest being destroyed or whatever, any form of earth guarding. Yeah, it's a weird one. It could also be really cute and funny, but like you said, 10 years ago, I'd have said it's probably going to be a fun little movie, but now it's always like, well, what messaging are they going to put in it?
Yeah, and if you're a kid, does that idea surprise you? I mean, a robotic beaver, I imagine it'd be making a lot of crunching sounds as it moves. But I mean, are we excited about that? That's it used to be that they would give you a story, they would tell you the plot of their movie, and there was a level of excitement, and I'm just not getting it there.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Avatar, except beavers.
Yes. Okay, let's move on.
Walt Disney. Before that, Walt Disney Pictures.
Yeah.
All right. Big updates from the world of Tron. Attendees learned that Tron Ares, due October 10th, will feature a groundbreaking score by Nine Inch Nails, with the music temporarily overlaying the Tron light cycle run attractions at Walt Disney World and Shanghai Disney. Both the 1982 original Tron and its 2010 sequel Tron Legacy have also been remastered in 4K Ultra HD for release on September 16th. Directed by Joachim Roning, Tron Ares follows a sophisticated program played by Jared Leto, who crosses into the physical world in humanity's first encounter with AI beings. The star-studded cast includes Greta Lee, Evan Peters, and Jeff Bridges. Evan Peters.
Right. So my thought is, if you've gone ahead and remastered the original Tron to 4K Ultra, if Disney were smart, they would do a theatrical release of the original Tron.
Have you watched it, the original Tron?
Yeah, when it came out in theaters.
Man, it is I'm hoping it's better now, but I tried to watch because I love Tron Legacy. It's like, let me go back and watch it. It was a rough watch. Rough watch. Revolutionary for the time. So this is interesting. Yeah. If they brought back this in Legacy in theaters, I'd go see both.
Yeah. I mean, I'll grant you. I think there were. So when I should put it this way, when the original Tron came out, the computer at the time was the Apple II. And my mom, being the computer genius that she is, we had the Apple II and the Apple II Plus and the Apple IIe. That was her job. It was her job to learn these things, and so we benefited from the fact that we had PCs in our home. When I was in junior high, which is pre-80s.
Yeah.
I remember when Tron came out, that I was at that point just learning about computers, learning about programming in BASIC. I think I even took a class on programming in Fortran. And so Tron was really cool to me because it was introducing ideas and concepts that my mom had worked on at her job at UCLA. The whole idea of, what a bit is,
Mhm.
these master control programs. You know, the networking wasn't like it was back then, and so the story of Tron was a bit clunky, only because I think computer technology at that time was a bit clunky. But you know, again, the fun of Tron was the world it built,
Mhm.
and the really cool video game that came out of it at the arcade. You know, the light cycles was pretty amazing. I you know, I think they were trying their best to kind of reflect what computers were like in the movie, why programs were being sucked up by the master control program.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get why. You know, I think a lot of why I want to see Tron is out of nostalgia, but yeah, you know, moving up until 2000, the 2010 Tron Legacy, um, you know, I guess I have a lot of love for the original, and I was excited to see the Tron Legacy and the return of not only Jeff Bridges but Bruce Boxleitner as well.
Yeah. Which he gets his moment, but not as nearly. I know Nerd Cookies. She very much wants it to be him, Tron focused. I personally, I want Sam Flynn's story to continue. The whole thing with the ISOs, and he takes Cora out, and she's human. Like that was supposed to be and their triple helix DNA. And as a side, I think kind of 3D movies are kind of just like cheap, but Tron Legacy was the first one where, oh, this totally works, because it was a 2D film until he goes into the grid, and then the 3D turned on. I was like, oh, this is an experience. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have that one with this third one, because Jared Leto is just, man, I may like him in some things, but he does not have the greatest track record. The second lead, Moses Ingram from Acolyte. Yes.
Well, don't blame Moses for Kenobi.
Actually, that's not. That's a different one. Jodie Turner Smith. Excuse me.
Oh, Jodie Turner. Yeah, blame her.
Did a racism.
Yeah, no,
yeah. You're right. And then also, man, we're skipping over a bunch of lore. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, do we need to watch the television shows? Do we need to watch all that other stuff? The other thing will feature a groundbreaking score by Nine Inch Nails. I like Nine Inch Nails, but I think they're hyping it up too much.
Daft Punk
makes you wonder: is it going to be as great as people say it's going to be?
Yeah, you have this is a high bar to set, because Daft Punk's score for Legacy is perfect. You can play the soundtrack all the way through and see the movie in your head. That's how clear it is scored and cut.
Yeah. I don't buy a lot of soundtracks, but I did buy the Daft Punk Tron Legacy soundtrack.
Bless you. Yeah, no, I'm very excited actually to see that in 4K. I want to like it. I know everyone jokes that we hate everything. I want to like it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm worried.
I think my impression after watching the trailers is it's kind of like Independence Day. When you see the alien blow up the White House, you knew this was the movie you want to see. And then when you see the Tron stuff in the real world, I feel like it's that. We're playing to one cool moment, and then you wonder if the rest of the movie is going to live up to that moment.
Yeah, and it's going to turn out like the Independence Day sequel, where it's like, no, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm worried for that alone. But yeah, we'll see.
Okay, let's move on.
Walt Disney Animation. Walt Disney Animation Studios then took the stage with major announcements. Chief Creative Officer Jared Bush unveiled Hexed,
Oh, there we go.
a November 2026 release about an awkward teenage boy and his perfectionist mother who uncover a magical world that upends their lives. Fans also got their first look at Zootopia 2, arriving November 26th. Yvette Nicole Brown will voice the Baroness, an EMT otter, while Patrick Warburton joins as Mayor Wind Dancer, a bumbling stallion. The sequel sends Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde undercover to solving a twisting mystery after the arrival of Gary the Snake, voiced by Oscar winner Ki-Hugh Kwan. Oh yeah, short round. Returning voices include Fortune Feimster. Oh my God, a bunch of names. Yeah, Shakira as Gazelle, Quinta Brunson. Finally, Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, we can
offered...
skip that last one. That's just Disney Plus. We don't care about it.
Good.
It's about Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Who cares?
I haven't watched any of it.
Okay, so let's talk about Hexed. Hexed, an awkward teenage boy and his perfectionist mother who uncovers a magical world that upends their lives. Doesn't that scream Disney to you?
I heard a gay neurodivergent teen and his, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Again, they've done this to us. They've prepped us to think the worst things first and to read in all the negatives because.
But again, I mean, look, just the word awkward teen and his perfectionist mother who uncover a magical world.
Yeah. And that Elio? Oh, no. That was.
Well, no, but it's, again, not excited about it. And people have accused me that, look, you're an adult, you're not a kid anymore. And I have to wonder if the kid me heard that. I don't know that I'm excited about it. I mean, I was barely excited for Black Cauldron. Why would I be excited for X?
Yeah, and I don't like that whole "you're not a kid, this is for kids." I was like, right, but all that shit we watched was for kids, but you could still enjoy it as adults because it was well written and like Lion King is for kids. Adults can also watch it and like it.
Yeah, no, Lion King. Look, Walt Disney made movies for families. He didn't make movies for kids.
Families. That's a great way to say it. Yeah.
No. And it's these what happens at these creative meetings? Who pitches these things? Jared Bush took over for Jennifer Lee. I guess this is his first movie. I don't know that I would have thought I would come out with a bigger bang. I believe he worked on Zootopia 2 prior to that before taking over. And it just seemed like he had more of a better idea of Zootopia 2 than with Hex. Zootopia 2. Yeah, here we go. Look, look at that image.
That's the bumbling stallion, Mayor Windancer.
And then Kihei Kwan. I like Kihei Kwan. But Disney does what Disney does. They take the hottest thing out there, put them in movies, aka Rachel Zegler, and and we just got to make a movie around them. And I don't know. We hate everything. Yeah, I've been hurt before. I'm like, why? What is happening with Disney? Why do I not care anymore?
Well, apathy. Apathy is death. Apathy. That, like, say what you want about the summer blockbusters and all that. Once you get rid of the expensive ticket prices, and we've all been hurt before, and we're used to watching shit at home. At the end of the day, also, you made people not care.
Yeah.
You just made people not care. It has to be a big thing to shake them out of apathy. They go, oh, okay, wait, I want to see that. Otherwise, it's just whatever.
Yeah. The first D23 I went to long time ago, it was the greatest event ever. I was a massive Disney fan. I was a Disney adult. I loved Disney. Disney could do no wrong. That first D23 was the greatest thing I had ever attended. I went into the opening session. It was the Walt Disney Pictures. We had to turn in our phones, couldn't bring anything into the room, and we were treated to this. Miley Cyrus comes out, sings "The Climb" from the Hannah Montana movie. Johnny Depp walks out in full Jack Sparrow garb to talk about the next movie. Nick Cage was going to appear in the great movie called The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh.
While on stage, the president of Walt Disney Pictures asked Nick Cage, "Will you do National Treasure 4?" And Nick Cage says, "Yes, I will do National Treasure 4. The Muppets came out. They sang a song. Later, then you go out and they have all these panels. I went to the Muppet panel. Still at that time, the greatest Muppet fan ever. They talked about the fact that you could go to the Disneyland Emporium and make a Muppet of yourself. They announced that. Never happened. And then at the end of the Muppet session, they said, "Look, session's over, but if you want to meet Fozzie, Gonzo, and Pepe, stick around, get in line, and you can talk to them and get a photo op." And damn yeah, I stuck around, got a picture with them. It was one of the greatest moments of my life, and dare I say, greater than the birth of my child.
I mean, a puppet is a unique experience, clearly.
Yeah,
A Muppet. I don't
a
want to
Muppet.
get sued. Yeah,
But
sorry.
it's not that it's not some guy. It was Dave Goles behind there talking as Gonzo. I think is it Bill Beretta as Fozzie, and I forget who does Pepe. But it was like you had an actual conversation with him. That was I miss loving something like that. And I look at this picture, and I look at the plots of these movies, and I'm like, what happened? And I blame Me Too movement.
Yeah. Well, clearly we saw how that was used as a cudgel to knock people that they didn't want there and replace with their own. And even if you get rid of all those people, you're then left with a gutted institution that does not have the same quality of idea people and writers, and we're literally starting over again.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it in the D files, but not only did you get rid of the head, not only did you cut the head off, but then you got rid of all the important people just for the sake of equity, because you had to have 50 women animators behind the scenes.
And had they brought in people that knew their shit, it would have maybe been a different conversation. But then you brought in influencers who didn't, because chasing trends and can't have work schedules. Zootopia.
Yeah. And then it's not in the notes, but there was barely a Avengers Doomsday teaser. Nothing really given there. And of course, they talked about Star Wars. I don't think anyone showed up from Star Wars at the event either.
I mean, what do they have besides Starfighter?
That's true. Which
Starfighter,
showing anything.
Don't tell anyone. But I'm kind of getting excited for Starfighter, and I'm hoping it's like a Terry Metalis Picard season 3 type situation where somehow with Levy's just enough clout to get in these names. I mean, Amy Adams, and if Eva Mendes is the true, and just if you do a base thing of Ryan Gosling just on the run from bad guys with his nephew, that is a pathway. That is a pathway to getting people to care again. And you set it up now. If he delivers that kid to Rey at the end in her Jedi Academy, that's probably not going to do anything for them. But yeah, I feel like there's a chance there. There is a chance.